Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. Welcome if you're new here, and if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for all your views and support. I'd just like to say thank you also to those who've sent donations via Super Thanks, Covens and PayPal. It really means a lot and helps me keep the channel going. Now this reading, like a lot of mine, links to my last reading. You might have seen that. If not, you may wish to check it out. We've had this theme coming through, as a lot of you will know, about Covens out there, the dark forces operating behind the scenes, and what's been going on in the energy of the collective. Now obviously we're in a spiritual battle, and we have been for years, by the way, generations. I just wanted to put that out there because I think a lot of people don't realise this. They think we're here just to live, die, and that's it. But there's a lot more to the world than meets the eye. So after that reading, I've had some channeled messages come through, including a dream last night that triggered me to do this reading today. I'm also going to extend this reading, by the way. That will be for soul searchers on my Patreon page. And due to popular demand, I'm going to also put extended readings here on YouTube in my membership. There'll be a new area called the extension. I'm not sure if it will be set up in time for this reading. Hopefully it will. If it is, the link will be below to join as well for that. So there are different options available in terms of what may suit you. So in that reading, we're going to sort of get some spiritual guidance and follow on from this reading. In this reading, I'm just going to share my channeling in terms of what else has been going on. It goes deeper than I actually thought as well. I had some ideas. I have been noticing things around me. I think this is the way I've learnt what's been going on through divine signs, dreams as well. As I said about my dream last night. So that's where I'm going to start. Those dark energies, as I said, they've been doing this for generations. It's been continuing. And something they do is hijack dreams. Now, obviously our dreams can show us our fears, they can be our subconscious coming online, let's say. But sometimes, if you notice, you have dreams where it feels weird. Maybe you feel you're being watched, maybe there's an energy in your dream you don't like, maybe you're being attacked. And that could be your dreams getting hijacked. And it's to create confusion in the collective and mixed emotions. That's something that came through in my dream last night. I'm going to share a bit more about that in the extended. But some of you may start to notice it, like come awake in your dreams, so to speak. That's what's been happening to me recently. I've been seeing it. So I know when my dream is divine, it's a divine sign, or if it's something else like an implant. That was the word that came through this morning. Now, something else that they do, a lot of you may have experienced this, if you're a light worker. I just wanted to say, put whatever label you want to put on it. When I say light worker, chosen one light worker. For those of you who are wondering what that means, you are a divine spiritual being. You've come here to this earth with a mission to see the truth, share the truth, awaken and help others to awaken as well. That's why I'm here in terms of what I'm doing. So if that feels like you, then this could resonate. So another thing I feel they've been doing is manipulating energies around you. So this is like romantic liaisons, friendships, family members. And the way that they do that is by causing conflict, separation, in these connections, that if you were together with these people, you'd be even stronger because you're all like soul family, for example. You may have a mission with some of these people. And so again, that's why they're trying to cause this friction and breakups. I kind of mentioned this in the last reading. Actually, you may remember when I said about sometimes conflict arises within a relationship and that a person acts out of character. Well, sometimes it may not actually be them. They may not mean it, but they may be in such a low vibration, maybe even depressed, that they're kind of overpowered by dark spirits, let's say, who make them do things. And it feels like an attack to you. They might say very hurtful things, and then the relationship is severed. And that's not meant to happen with all relationships, I've been told. Some are karmic. If they're karmic, they usually end. You learn the lesson and separate. But for some, these things have happened on purpose to isolate light workers so that you feel alone, you feel it's something wrong with you, when in actual fact that's not the case. They think that you're going to be weaker alone, when actually you're not. You will grow still, even if you're alone. So that's their goal, like to create these losses of relationships, even financial losses. Some of you may have experienced this. That's their goal. It's all negative stuff, obviously. I don't really like to talk about this in a reading, but I'm just sharing it so that you're aware. And, you know, you might have an aha moment and think, yes, that's been happening to me in my life. What they do, something I've recently realised in recent years, is they manifest issues and distractions in your life. So again, like to take away your purpose and your mission, your focus. Distract you with things like lawsuits, fines, that may come at you, repairs that you might have to do, finances and opportunities will be blocked. Maybe you've felt that in your life. Now sometimes it can be divine detours, but sometimes it's been these energies. And what's come through to me as well is that they are energy harvesting. This is like there's a central pool where it's like all the energy goes and they collect our blessings. It's energetic. Again, I'll share a little bit more about this in the next reading, but in terms of distractions, again, it could be relationships, people that come along who cause issues for you. They might even place things around you that have an energy on them that's negative. So just be mindful of that kind of thing as well. So essentially, there's a lot of corruption with those energies. Lies, blackmail, false reports that they may make about you and others. There are corrupt officials. As I said, it's a network. Now, in a lot of my true crime readings, a lot of you will know, I talk about, you know, this network, the emperor behind the scenes, corrupt people who are placed in different positions, in particular authorities, and some are members of a society. That's what I've mentioned. Now we're going a bit deeper in terms of what this society does. Not everyone in that society is corrupt. I wanted to put that out there. But there's a network of them. And they all work energetically doing this. Targeting, as I said, in these different ways. So you may have felt this yourself, as I said, in your life. And you know, you've wondered why. Maybe you've started to piece it together. And pull back your energy as well, which isn't a bad thing to do. So as I said, this has been going on for generations. It's a karmic cycle. As I said about karmic connections, once we learn the lesson, it ends. And this is also something that's come through, as I said about my dream. Once you see it, you've awakened to it, and that has a ripple effect, and others will awaken to it as well. So what I'm feeling energetically is that others out there, I don't know them, I don't see them, but other light workers are starting to see this. Some have already seen it, maybe before me. Some have started to see it. They're sharing it like I am, and then more of us awaken to it. And that's what empowers us and disempowers those corrupt energies out there. What's also come through is that we've got the spiritual council working behind the scenes, disarming and blocking them. There are spiritual arrests that have been happening. I've mentioned this in previous readings, and the truth is coming to light. So as I said, not only for us, not only are we seeing it, something that's also come through to me is that through us, like light workers, reporting these things, the authorities and people in specific positions are becoming aware of this. You know, that it's energetic, spiritual. You don't see it, but even so, it's a crime. Some of you might be asking, and I'm kind of feeling it actually, sensing it, why has this been allowed to go on for so long? Well, that links to the karmic cycle and the awakening that I just mentioned, because so many of us have been asleep to all of this for a long time. But as we've started to awaken, the Great Awakening that I've often mentioned in my readings, that's where the shift is happening, and we're getting balance now in the world. Where once it was overpowered by those dark forces up there, we were all down here suppressed. Now it's balancing out, which is karma. Karma means action, balance. Think of the infinity symbol. What you put out there comes back at you. So that's starting to happen. The tables are turning for those energies. They're scattering, as I said in the last reading. They are now experiencing these things they've put out there to us. Relationship issues, lawsuits, fines, things breaking down, confusion, mixed emotions, you name it. They've started to go through it. I've had confirmation of this from Spirit. While we rise and we are now starting to receive opportunities, all those blocked blessings will start coming in for you. It may suddenly happen at once. Sometimes you get a load of things happen together. If that's the case, you know, think to yourself, that was the divine working in my favour. So keep your vibration high, as I say in a lot of my readings. But I just wanted to make you aware of this in terms of what else they've been doing and how they've been doing it. You see, they may have a network. I'm just being guided to say this now by Spirit. They may have this dark network operating. They may not even know each other, but they're doing it energetically. But so do we, light workers. All around the world, there are lights. If you sort of take a bird's eye view of the world, you'll see lights down there, and that's all the light workers shining their lights, getting brighter and brighter, and putting out, or eliminating, I should say, the shadows. So the more we do that, the more we shine our light, stay in a light frequency, we rise up and we help others do the same. And that's what creates this shift that is happening, but we've got to hold it. Hold the light, which has come out in a lot of my readings as well. What do you all feel? Have you experienced things like this yourself? Let us know in the comments if you wish. We're all in this together. You could help each other. But even after this reading, you might now start to look at things differently. That's the whole point in my readings. I look at things differently myself. I always have done. I try and connect things. It's just the way I am. I'm a deep diver, deep thinker. I've been told that before. And you start to see how things link. It's not a coincidence when these things happen on certain days, maybe even after a full moon. A full moon is so powerful. Around full moons, do you know that there are often many accidents and things that go wrong? In fact, it's heightened around that time, not only on the full moon, but a few days after. This is something that I've noticed in the collective. So they're even using the energy of the universe to do these things, you know, the moon energy. Do you know what, everyone? Something very strange happened there. I just paused the camera. I do sometimes for these channelings, just so that I can have silence and see if anything else comes through. And as I did, the sun got a bit brighter. I think even now it might be shining a bit brighter on camera. And you won't see it, but here on the wall is the shadow of the candle. And I can see very faintly the shadow of smoke rising on the wall. And I realised that's a sign as well, something else that they do. So obviously they do rituals, some of you will know, dark stuff, where it is intentional. They will use photos, mirrors, smoke. Again, I've seen evidence of this in various places. And what they burn as well is quite significant. I've noticed a pattern in that. So again, it might be something that you notice and you think, oh look, people are just, you know, doing a fire there out in, you know, the woods or whatever. But take a second look and just see what they're burning or what they're doing. They come together at different times, as I said, around the moon in particular, full moon. Some of them do meet up to do it, and some of them are just doing it to, like, again, get this additional power that they think that they can manifest from the universe. They think they have the right to do that. Well, I've mentioned this before. I'll mention it again. Those people obviously don't know about universal law. They obviously thought they could get away with it. They might have done for a long time, for years, but not now. The energy is shifting. So they better watch out. I mean, I think they already know. You might notice, as I said, energy is scattering, hiding away, changes happening, people moving, packing their bags, moving. I feel that's happening. You might see this, feel it, get signs, dreams, whatever it is. Keep a dream journal. I said this in my last reading, because you might receive divine signs. The positive with the candle, you could light a candle. So do the same, reverse it. You know, use a candle for positive affirmations and manifestation. What we want to do is the opposite of all these things that they do, basically, which is what a lot of you do. I know that. You know, saying prayers for others, helping them hopefully to awaken as well, which I feel is happening. So I'll leave that there, everyone. I really hope you've got something from this. Take what resonates, obviously, in terms of what I've said, but this is what I feel. Use your discernment always in terms of energies that come into your life, dreams you may have, things that happen to you as well. Look at it a bit deeper. So I'm going to do an extended reading, as I said, with spiritual guidance, leading on from this in terms of what else you could do to keep your vibration high and to stop this from happening and affecting you. So as I said, that will be available on my Patreon for Soul Searcher tier members. And look out for it here on YouTube. Hopefully it will be on here in time as well, but that's the plan, to also put extended here for members. Thank you so much for watching. It's much appreciated. Share your views if you wish in the comments. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe. If you subscribe, by the way, remember to click the bell to get all notifications. Some of you have been saying you don't get all notifications. Well, if you don't click the bell, you won't get all of them from YouTube. So just wanted to put that out there as well. Thank you for being here. I'll see you all very soon.